Kong, your next comic coming to the stage. Truly a master of the art form. The most beautiful man in the world. A man I love deeply from the bottom of my heart. Make it nice and loud for Bobby Condon!
You don't stop clapping until I'm done. Eyes up here. Good. How you doing? Doing good? You having a good time? Yeah? Respond to me with energy. Yeah, good. That wasn't so fucking hard, was it? Great. Fucking good. Jack was talking about the bathrooms here, the bathrooms over there. These are some of the best bathrooms in the city. By virtue of the locking door mechanism, there's each room is a fucking stall. You can lock it, which means you can take a poop in there, as he said, right? This is great. Recently, I was in one of those bathrooms. I was taking a shit. I was taking a goddamn shit in the bathroom. The door was locked, of course, right? Someone jiggled the handle, I heard it jiggle, and then they knocked on the door. Okay? Don't ever knock on the door of a bathroom, okay? You check the handle, if it's locked, go away. Okay? You got all the fucking information you need. You don't knock on the fucking door, okay? What are you knocking on the fucking door for, right? Don't ever do that. But this person did knock on the door. Okay, I'm taking a shit. They knock on the door, and I said what we all say when someone knocks on the door when you're taking a shit, which is, someone's in here, right? That's what you always say. You always move to the passive voice. You say, someone's in here in the passive voice because you're so humiliated, you can't even admit that it's you that's taking a shit. Now, that someone is in here taking a shit, that much is true. It's not necessarily me. I don't like the fucking guy either. We should find out who the fuck is taking a shit in here all the time. 38 years, this fucking guy, all he does is take a shit. Thus concludes joke number 1. You notice that some people smell like salami? You ever notice this? It's like 10% of people smell like salami. It seems like 1 out of 10 times I get on the train, I'm sitting next to a motherfucker that smells like salami. I found out my ex-girlfriend has borderline personality disorder. Have you heard of that? Borderline personality? Yeah, give it up. Borderline personality disorder. Had borderline personality disorder. Now, I had heard of borderline personality disorder. I always thought that meant that you were on the borderline of having a personality disorder. Turns out it's a whole personality disorder. You're on the borderline of shit. You're in the fucking bullseye area of the personality disorder. I learned a lot. I made sense of our relationship on Wikipedia that night. Now I love her again. John F. Kennedy was murdered, right? 60 fucking years ago, the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, was put to fucking death. He fell victim to gun violence. Lone gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald, right? That's what I believe happened. But there is a lot of conspiracy theories floating around about the JFK assassination, right? And one of them that I heard, this is true. Okay, on the video, the Zapruder film, the video of his murder, the first stuff film. Why did I say that? But on the video, shouldn't have said that shit. Scratch that. Pay attention to the rest of the joke. Forget about the stuff film bullshit. I tried to steal a laugh, and it didn't work. On the film, there's a man that's dressed up in a suit and tie, and as the motorcade is passing, right before he's shot, this man opens an umbrella at the motorcade, okay? He opens an umbrella at the motorcade. There's a conspiracy theory that goes that man was giving a signal to the shooter to take the shot. Okay, so he opened the umbrella and the shooter knew to take a shot. Okay, which, like all conspiracies, is fucking stupid, and it's real dumb right off the bat, because that's what the scope's for, right? You look through the scope, when the president's head is in the fucking crossing, you blow his fucking head out. You don't need an umbrella, man. You don't need an umbrella, man. It's 1963. You look through the fucking scope, when his head's in there, you blow his fucking head. You don't need an umbrella, man. Right? But that conspiracy theory gained so much traction that 30 years later, they tracked that guy down. They actually, this is true, they tracked the motherfucker down and opened the umbrella and they interviewed him to see what that was about. And he said, this guy is a British guy. And he said, no, I was not giving a signal to the shooters. It's a British tradition to show disapproval for someone. You open an umbrella at them, especially in like a public place, like a parade or a motorcade or whatever. You open an umbrella at them to show disapproval, which is good insofar as he wasn't involved in the murder. But is that not the lamest, most British pussy shit you've ever heard in your entire fucking life? This man's gonna dress up, come to our country, dress up in a suit and tie, so he can go down and open an umbrella at the fucking president. You fucking idiot, nobody even got the gesture. Nobody knew what you were doing. It was so meaningless and dumb to us that we just presumed that you must have been involved in the murder for 30 fucking years. You want to show disapproval for the president? Blow his fucking head off. Someone else did it the right way, the same day. Blew his fucking head off. That's how you show disapproval, the American way. Everyone's out there voting. You notice this? People always out there voting. I want to make my voice heard. I want to go out and vote and make my voice heard. Why? You're a fucking idiot. We know nothing. I include myself in that. We know nothing. Okay, I voted for president twice. Okay, I voted for Ralph Nader, so I crumpled my vote up, threw it into the sea, right? And then for 8 years later, I voted for Bernie Sanders. So I crumpled my vote up and threw it into the sea, right? But I went there to go vote for president. But when they don't tell you I went to go vote for president, they make you vote for 20 other fucking things too. You notice that? You gotta vote for a bunch of other bullshit. I don't know fucking shit. I don't even know anything about the presidential guys, right? So I'm in the voting booth. I'm in there for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I want Nader. Let me leave. Right? Okay, but I gotta vote for everything. I found myself voting for the county coroner. County coroner. Do you know what the coroner is? It's an autopsy guy. Autopsy guy. You know, we elect this freak. Some fucking sicko wants to sit in a basement all day cutting open dead bodies. That's an elected office. I don't even want the man in my county. It should not be an elected office, okay? It should just be nominated. Candlelit ceremony. Everyone's wearing hoods, you know? You dip a Bible in blood and whosoever, whatever. Should be elected. What criteria am I using to vote in a county coroner? Who's got the sharpest knives? I don't fucking know. Could you imagine them debating, the county coroners? You know, like, it better look something like this. I promise not to have sex with the corpses after the procedure. I promise not to have sex with the corpses before the procedure. Those shitty Kennedys. They're wearing fedora hats. Nah, just a little joke. Just a little joke. You know, they don't debate. That'd be said. You don't vote them in. You vote them in based on political affiliation. The only way that makes sense, right? They are politically affiliated. There's a Republican county coroner and a fucking Democrat county coroner. Which is the only way that makes sense, right? So you have the Republican county coroner that's like justifiable police homicide. Have a nice day. And then the Democrat county coroner would be like, justifiable police homicide. Have a nice day. What, you didn't like that? Too real for you? Pussy. Like to smoke weed?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Me too. I love to smoke weed. I love to smoke weed off a weed vaporizer. You familiar with this gadget? A weed vaporizer. Oh, it's 2022. I smoke weed off a weed vaporizer, baby. And I also follow erotic art accounts on Instagram. I'm a modern boy, okay? Sometimes I like to look at pictures of pencil drawings of people giving each other fellatio in the forest. Mind your fucking business. You don't like it? Don't look over my shoulder on the train or at my cousin Emily's wedding. Mind your fucking business, okay? And I also like to smoke weed off a weed vaporizer. It's great. You put the weed in there, you press the button, it heats it up, and you inhale the toxic fumes. Killer. My favorite thing about smoking weed off a weed vaporizer is that when you take a hit, you don't know if you got no hit at all or way too big of a hit. Right? You never know until it's far too late. That's how I like to smoke weed. I like to roll the dice. You know? I'm either going to have no fun at all or no fun at all. I don't know why everyone thinks sex is so great. You know? On paper, I love sex. I love it. On paper, on my computer, you know? iPad, cellular telephone, the bathroom at work. I love to watch sex. It's great, you know, but the real thing, not for me. It's just too high strung, you know. I can't enjoy it. I'm just way too high strung for the act of sex, you know. It's just like, don't come, sorry, then you come. Right? You come, boy comes. The boy always comes. Okay? Girl, they never seem to come. You notice this? Girls never come. What gives? Hey ladies, you ever think about coming during sex? Why don't you try it sometime? Maybe have a better time. I come. Join me. I had a good time. What's your fucking problem? You gotta come. I hit my sexual peak too early, man. I'm 38 years old right now. 38 years old, so women my age are hitting their sexual peak right now. Right now, as you sit in your fucking seats. It's great for them. For me, I hit my sexual peak too early. Sucks for me now. Let me tell you, preschool was the shit. Okay? Preschool? Yeah. What, you got a fucking problem with it? That's when I learned how to jerk off. And it was wonderful. Okay? I jerked off all the time. I was walking around eating grapes and jerking off. I was like Caligula in Voltron sweatpants. I was killing it. If I wasn't jerking off, I was teaching another kid how. That's what I was the guy that did that shit. I taught the kids. I sit on the beanbag. There'd be a bunch of little kids sitting around me. All right. Leo, show me. You're doing it all wrong. Watch me again. Until he learned. Vietnamese, right? If you move this ethnic group, the Vietnamese, you know about the Vietnamese? They're the only people that have beaten America in a war. You know that? The only people that have beaten America in a modern war. And they never talk shit about it. They never brag about it. That's very cool. You know, that's very noble of them. You know? I'll tell you, if I was Vietnamese, I would be insufferable. I'd be the worst, but I'd fly to America every year, get right off the plane like, what? What? Remember you came into my house? Remember I told you to get the fuck out of my house? Now I'm in your house, motherfucker! Remember for business or pleasure, I'm Vietnam. I'm here for fuck you. Stamp my visa, bitch. Stamp it at once. Go to DC, go to the Vietnam War Memorial. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? You're tracing your little uncle's name on there, huh? Oh, your uncle. Oh, your uncle died face down in the rice paddy outside Da Nang, huh? Oh. Quick question for you. What was your uncle doing in my uncle's rice paddy outside Da Nang? Why did your uncle bring a machine gun to my uncle's rice paddy? That's my uncle's way of life. Maybe that's why your uncle got fucking smoked. Your uncle's a treacherous bitch. What are you gonna say to me? What are you gonna say about my culture? What, that we eat dogs? That Vietnamese people eat dogs? Guess what? We don't. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Fuck you. What do you eat, a hot dog? Let me try it. Someone's got a hot dog in the narrative? Looks like a dick, tastes like shit. Put-tooey! Spit in their fucking face. All right. Did any of your family members die in the 9/11 tragedy? Good. All right, I'm going to tell them this for one joke. All right, that's it. My friends and I, we always do this thing where we come up with hypothetical scenarios and like, what would you do in a hypothetical scenario? We always do when we go to lunch and stuff, right? And so my friend came up with one recently where he was like, what would you do if you knew 9/11 was going to happen 2 hours before it happened? Okay, 2 hours before it happened. It's not enough time to go do anything, but what would you do? So my one friend said that he would call the World Trade Center, call it a bomb threat at the World Trade Center to see if they could evacuate the buildings before, you know, they hit. And another friend said that he would call the Logan Airport, which is where all the people got onto the planes and that's where they flew off from. He would try to describe the terrorists there. And then it got to me, and I was excited because I thought about this a lot. Okay, I went to grade school, 6th grade, for 1 year at the school in Naperville, Illinois. And this kid that I sat at lunch with, Kyle Johnson, his mom was on one of the planes that hit the Trade Center. And so I said I would call Kyle Johnson. You know, I haven't seen him in many years, but I would call him. So I called Kyle Johnson and be like, Kyle, it's Bobby Condon from Kennedy Junior High, lunch table. You don't remember me? Oh, whatever, not a big deal. You gotta turn on CNN. Turn on CNN right now. Yeah. Your mom's flying to New York today, but don't worry. She was not on that plane. She was not on that plane. Don't worry, Kyle. She was not on that plane. She was that plane! That's the plane she was on, motherfucker! You think you're gonna take the fruit snacks out of my lunchbox every day? And nothing's gonna happen? Now your mother's vaporized! I hope you say goodbye to her baby boy because she's gone forever! You don't fuck with me! JK! When I call Kyle Johnson, I call Halliburton and be like, I'd like to buy some stock. All right, thank you guys very much.